What is up, everybody? So Lord of the Rings Hero Middle Earth had its global launch today. So I want to reiterate some of the things we've spoken about for the last 2 weeks. For those of you that have been here, this might just be a refresher catch-up video, but I want to share what I think is the most important thing for new players to be doing, and that is to be focusing on 5 light characters and 5 shadow characters, but pretty specific characters, as there's lots of implications for the bottlenecks. There's huge bottlenecks in this game when it comes to gold and training materials or experience, whatever you want to call it, when you hit certain levels. Okay, so like level 33 upwards, you're going to experience a huge gold bottleneck if you've been spreading your resources over too many characters. Around level 40, you're experiencing the exact same thing around experience. So in order to avoid that, the best thing to do is to focus on 5 starting light characters, 5 starting shadow characters, and maybe a 6th character for each side, depending on your position. All right. So with that said, in this video, we're going to focus on the 5 light characters I suggest. We're going to try and keep this as free-to-play friendly, though I will make mention of one particular whale character that I do think is pretty beneficial, especially when we talk about the challenges. All right, let's do that right now. All right, so here we are on our roster screen, and we do have it filtered to show us the light characters. So I don't want to waste too much of your time here because I'm also going to run through a node with the characters I'm going to talk about. So let's do this quick. Strider. All right, so Strider, he's the character you get when the game starts. He's helping Frodo get through those Nazgul, and then he's unlocked right away. And then you're actually able to get more stars on him just through the daily objectives, which is something everyone needs to do when you play this game. The most important thing to do is, if you want to just get on daily, get on, get off, get on, do your daily objectives and get off. That's going to be huge amounts of experience, huge amounts of gold. That's going to be the most important thing when we're climbing through this game. And then you're going to get some Strider shards just because. So that's a nice little bonus. Star levels are an important thing we'll talk about. I already talked about it in one video. I guess let's briefly do it now, okay? Don't take characters past 3 stars. The cost to increase star levels like exponentially rises, but the stat increase from doing that doesn't. It stays pretty static at around 4%. Just don't go past 3 stars. The gold is no longer worth it because gold is going to be a huge bottleneck. All right, we got that out of the way. Let's talk character. Okay, Strider. Why is Strider good? He's pretty quick. Sorry about that. He's got a turn 1 AoE ability that is huge damage. You're going to see in the video that I just did, huge damage. All right, it annihilates waves. And then on his special, he has a very, very strong single target attack. And I want to just point out this Nazgul shout out here at level 4 when it just starts ripping Nazgul apart. Our friend Tana has a video claiming that in the data mines, we're probably looking at the Witch King as the next legendary. Tana's data mines are normally on point. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Witch King is the first legendary coming with a Nazgul team. And then we'll be happy that we invested in Strider. That's kind of a what if, though. What else does Strider have? Well, he's pretty tanky. If we look at his passive, he's getting armor, he can get stealth, he's getting crit chance. We are going to see him crit a couple times in the video as well. So I just really like Strider. Basic kind of character. He hits hard, he hits a lot of people. That's good. That's good in this kind of game. All right, moving on. The next character I want to give a shout out to is Eomer. I love Eomer. You're going to get Eomer for free as well. Not right away, though. I think you got to complete some chapters, and then they drop him in your lap. And from there, you can actually farm him from the arena store. In the arena store, you can kind of farm him or Shagrat. I haven't unlocked Shagrat yet, so I don't know how good he is, but I can tell you how good Eomer is, and you're going to see in the footage as well. Him, same story as everybody else. Get him up to 3 stars, then abandon ship. Start farming Shagrat after that. So why Eomer? Should have talked about why the tags on Strider were good too. Strider is attack, light, human. Same as Eomer here. That's going to help us in the challenges, and it's going to be usable in the campaign. We need a human tag. We need some attacker tags. That's just really good. So that goes for both Strider and Eomer. But what else does Eomer bring? Well, he has a summon that's going to come in. That's great. Not only does it do damage, but it can act as like a body hit for somebody. So if that summon dies on the campaign, you're not going to lose that 3 stars, so you can just sim the node and farm the gear from it. Gear is going to be pretty important in this game, as you'll find out. What else does he have? Well, he's got a very, very strong assist attack with Eothain. We'll talk about Eothain in a little bit. And he just overall high damage. And then if we look at his passive, so once we get to level 5 on this, he's actually going to get a buff called Assistance on turn. And before that, there's a chance it happens. It happens very frequently. I have it up to 50% right now. As soon as I can, I'll upgrade this so it happens 75% of the time because it is that powerful. So what is this buff? Well, he'll do his attack normally, and then on the next ally turn, he's going to come in and help them do an attack too. So the amount of damage that comes out of this is really big. The synergy that I'm going to be suggesting for this team is also really big. So I just really, really like this character. All right, so there's 2 out of our 5. Next, we got to talk about Eowyn. Possibly my favorite character in the game. There's so much that goes into this character. I think she has the most depth. I think she was the best designed, and I think she's powerful as heck. She's heckin' powerful, all right? So what is Eowyn? Well, first of all, let's talk about where we get her. You get her for free. You absolutely get her for free, and then you can farm her on the Shadow campaign on Node 5 of the first chapter, I believe. Yeah, check the picture. There's pictures floating around, hopefully. Hopefully I took the time to edit it. There's pictures floating. All right, so why is Eowyn so good? Well, her leader ability, only certain characters get leaders, only 1 leader per team. She's going to be giving Rohan squad members extra crit chance. The higher her ability here, the more crit chance they get. We're going to be suggesting a pretty Rohan heavy team here, and that plays a big part of it. All right, so her basic is actually pretty good. So every time she does a basic, she's going to get a stack of defense as soon as it hits level 2. This also applies to her counterattack. So she just kind of gets passively tanky, which is really cool. Her special, I think, is one of my favorite abilities in the game. Once you get it to level 5, it's going to be giving might, which is offense up, to your entire team. But before that, it's going to be giving it to other allies. One of those allies is probably going to be your highest damage at that point with that extra stat, and then that ally is going to come in and do an attack. The reason I like this ability so much is because it seems to be the only ability that not only gives offense up, but then calls in an attack, so it doesn't feel like you wasted anything. You didn't just give offense up, you also got damage out there on a priority kill target, and she's super fast. So you're normally not stuck behind a taunt when you go to use this ability. I really, really like that about her. All right, and then her ultimate. This is another strong ability. She's going to clear debuffs from herself. She's going to clear 1 debuff from her allies, and then she's going to do an attack that's going to inflict disable. Disable is an ability block. That's super impactful if, say, you're stopping a character from doing a big AoE attack on their next turn. Now their ability block, they can't do it. Love it. And then her passive, so on her turn, she has the chance to get counterattack. This counterattack feeds into that basic, gives her defense up. It also gets increased in potency because she's more likely to crit given her leader status. It just synergizes super well. I love Eowyn. Again, probably my favorite character. Whoops, we accidentally signed out there. All right. Eothain will be our next one. So what is Eothain? He is human, he is light, he is tank. That's going to help us a lot on the challenges, going to help us a lot in the campaign, and he's Rohan. So now we have 3 Rohan members. We have Eomer, Eowyn, and Eothain. E's are pronounced A's in this. I'll never get over that. All right, I digress, okay? You get him for free, and then you can farm him very easily. He's literally the first character you get to farm in the Hard Light campaign, Chapter 1, Node 1. But you're going to get him for free, and I really, really like what this character brings. So let's talk about it. Aside from just being good in the challenges, his kit is actually just really good. I love him in Arena. So his basic is giving Expose, which is defense down. When you get to level 4, it'll do 2 stacks of defense down, so it'll last for 2 turns. This really helps you kill priority targets. It's a huge thing, which is good because his special is a huge letdown. One thing I'll say about the AI in this game is it knows how to hard target. Boy, does it know how to hard target, all right? So when he does provoke, which is like a baby taunt, every time he gets hit, he loses a stack of provoke, but he's also taking huge damage. He doesn't spawn with defense up or anything like that. So if I were to put another level on this, he would get 3 stacks of provoke, which means he's going to take 3 hits. The AI will then recognize that he's low life and kill him. I don't want that. So even though it does turn meter, I don't like that. Instead, I like to use the basic, give 2 stacks of expose. And one of the big reasons for that is because on his second attack, he does an entire AoE attack. So he hits everybody on the enemy field. It does very good damage. And most importantly, it then gives counter to your team. When we get to level 6, which I don't even know what level 6 is going to be like, we get counters to everybody. But counters, the 3 counters that we get just for having it at level 2 are very impactful. What I've noticed is in this game, a lot of times matches are won by just paper cuts. So we're getting extra attacks from Eomer. We're getting assists from him. Eowyn's calling people in, giving offense up, doing counterattacks on her own, and then Eothain is giving a bunch of counterattacks to allies as well. And honestly, if he comes in and he gives counterattack to himself, he will also give defense down onto whoever he just counterattacked. So that, on top of the crit that Eowyn gives, I've noticed the Rohan team just shreds people apart that they have no business shredding apart. Like Ironhide comes in, does a turn 2, he hits every single person. If they all have counters, all of a sudden that Ironhide went from 100% life to 20% life, and you love tap him in after that because Eothain gave him defense down. I just really, really love the synergy of that Rohan team, and that's why we got 3 of those members there. So now we have 4 light members, okay? We got Strider, who we get for free. We got the 3 Rohan members, who we also get for free, and they're easily farmable. Again, stop at 3 stars for all of them. It's not worth going up to 4 stars. I did that for 1 character, not worth it at all. The 5th slot is the hard one, okay? Halbarad is a very, very good character, but he's like whale only, or you can start farming him in the challenge store. But that'll take you a very long time free to play to farm him up. And by the time you get him, you'll probably have access to Wilfwyn, who is actually who I do suggest as your 5th character for this team. Wilfwyn, unfortunately, it takes a while to get up to her. She's farmable on the light campaign on chapter 4. Takes a long time to get there. So we need a 5th character to kind of fill her spot until we can get up to her. Halbarad's the whale option. Halbarad, he's kind of overhyped. So what does Halbarad have? He's got the light tag, he's got the human tag, he's got the tank tag. That absolutely does help us for the challenges. No lie about that. His special's a heal. To me, I don't really feel the impact of that heal so much. I brought him all the way up to level 40, gear tier 6. I just wasn't feeling that heal. I'm sure it scales better. It probably does, all right? And then his ultimate, it's a single target attack. It puts taunt on. Yes, he could taunt pretty good, but for my experience, like I hunt teams that have Halbarad in the arena because they just seem easier to beat. So if you want to whale on him, he's probably the best 5th option starting, and you get that offer around like level 20 or something like that. So it's not too bad to get to him. I did buy him. I just don't think you should feel pressure to buy him. I don't think he's as game-changing as people are letting on. Which would still leave the slot open if you're free to play. And I want to make this video as free-to-play friendly as possible. The Gondor Archer, Herondil. I don't hate his kit. Obviously, I unlocked him, but I put no research into him because he's level 1. The reason I did that is because I bought the Halbarad offer. If not, I probably would have went for Herondil. He does have a turn 1, I believe it's on his ultimate, where he attacks all enemies, and he inflicts Enfeeble on them. It's a pretty strong ability, and it gets even stronger with Eowyn giving him offense up, right? It's a good character. It's just, I would invest as little as possible in him until we get Wilfwyn. That would be my suggested 5th. And I just want to talk quickly about Pippin Took. A lot of people think Pippin Took is the right option because he does have a heal. He has the offense up on Life of the Party. And the regeneration, rather. I don't like him. I don't like him at all. The Hobbits suck. The Hobbits really suck. They seem like magnets for death, and that loses you the 3-star on the campaigns when you're trying to get it so you can sim farm the nodes. If you did want to go Pippin Took because you want that heal, you want that extra offense up, I get it. That's fine. I just don't think you want to overinvest in him. As soon as you can get Wilfwyn, I think you hard swap there. And then now you're looking at 6. You probably had to bring your Pippin up to level 40 to do that, but you're looking at 6 light characters. It's better than the 8 characters I did. So I still think that would be fine. Get up to Wilfwyn, unlock Wilfwyn, and then hard swap to her. Get up to 3 stars. Go from there. All right, so took way longer than I thought it would. Let's go look at some footage of the 5-man team that I suggest people eventually get to, tackling Chapter 5 of the Light campaign. We got Eowyn as the leader, and let's get in there and do some damage. So this would be the Light team that I think people should aspire to. I do think you're probably going to throw in Pippin. You're going to throw in that Gondor Archer, at least for a little bit until you can get this team unlocked. All right, who we got here? We got a Gouger, we got a Motivator, we got a Slasher. I don't know what any of these characters do, if I'm being honest. So let's just get in. So a big benefit here is we now have offense up on our Strider. So that was Eowyn giving it there. Now he can go ahead and throw this ultimate and just absolutely shreds the enemy team. Counterattack coming in from Eowyn. That's great. So I have a couple options here. I could taunt. That'll give my guy speed bar, set other people up, or I can just basic and get him out of the way. Let's just do that. Now I'm going to call in the special from Eomer. This is going to go ahead and summon in the guy to help me out. Look at the crits. The crits. You got to focus on the crits that the Rohan team is doing. I love, love, love the Rohan team. All right, this node looking a little tough. This engineer absolutely smacks this goblin over here, the Thrasher. If I can click him, I can't. Oh, there he is, the Thrasher. He'll throw a nasty taunt up that'll hurt us in the long run. But let's go ahead and just try and smash through this. And, oh, we didn't get a crit, but we did get some good damage out there. Let's get that offense down off my Eothain by using the Eowyn special. That's great. Yeah, let's just stop him from hitting us. We'll use the basic here because we know that's going to kill. And there you go. My summon went ahead and soaked that attack up for me. I love that. We'll now use the Eothain ultimate. You see I get a bunch of counters around the board, and that's going to help me out. Let's try and get some kills out here. Ooh, Wilfwen coming in hot with that 1600 crit. You love to see it. You love to see it. All right, we're whittling people down. We got him down. There's a nice crit from Strider. And we're working. And there comes the assist from Eomer. We love that. We don't want to waste this ultimate yet because this will basically one-shot somebody. Alrighty, we're building up some cooldowns. Looks like Strider's going to have his ultimate back up, which is great. And moving on to the last wave. Let's see if we can get through it. Oh, we got a strong goblin wave looking at us here. She, or he, I don't know. The Great Goblin doesn't actually revive. All the other goblins do. So let's see if we can get him down. Eothain and Eomer going in and just destroying her life pool. And there comes the assist from Eomer. And that's going to kind of make this last wave a bit trivial. We'll see. We're going to take some damage here. Oh, I love those counters. Oh, it killed him. It killed him. All the counterattacks get in there. Absolutely rip him apart. This short fuse goblin is super dangerous. I don't want to leave him up. We'll use the ultimate. Oh my god. I love this team. I absolutely love this team. And there you go. There's the win. We're on our way through the Keely and Feely storyline. But I'm going to leave you here. So this is going to be the light team that I do suggest people start working on. The 3-piece Rohan with Strider. Take Pippin as a necessary evil for now. But as soon as you can get Wilfwen, look, she is under-leveled. And you saw her hit like a massive truck there. This is also a great arena team where instead of Wilfwen or instead of Pippin, you're going to use your Ironhide, who we're going to talk about in the next video when we talk about the Shadow team I'm going to suggest. Anyway, guys, I hope this finds you well. I hope you're enjoying your first experience in Lord of the Rings Heroes of Middle-earth, and I can't wait to explore this game with you. I'm very excited for the possibilities. We're talking huge boss battles, raids, guild versus guild. There's endless possibilities they can take with this game. There's lots of... People are worried about the amount of content they can tap into in this game. I am not worried, all right? There's a lot they could do. There'll probably be a lot of different kind of chroma builds. We're probably going to get Gandalf the Grey and Gandalf the White and Gandalf from the Rings of Power TV series. I'm sure we're going to get a lot of that, but it means that there's going to be a lot of Lord of the Rings in the future for this game. And that excites me. Let me know how you're feeling about the game in the comment section below, and I'll have that Shadow video out for you as soon as possible. Bye for now.
That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Stay happy, healthy, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one.